All right, guys. So we are so excited to share what me and Justin have been working on over the past several months with Scentsy Club. We are going to share with you guys documents that we have, a document and tracker system that we've created to track our club orders and to take care of these customers. Let me just kind of go back, because this will be on YouTube, and share with you guys why I decided to focus on Scentsy Club and really what my mindset was, because Justin had, I don't think, any idea that I was literally shifting my entire focus towards developing these returning customers. There was a purpose for it. There was a whole reasoning for it. So let's just talk about why I decided to shift my focus into this new PRV category. So number one, me and Justin are both superstar directors. We own not just Scentsy. We don't just do Scentsy. I mean, we own other businesses as well. So for us, at the level we're at in Scentsy, with the leadership that we need to be investing in and the systems we need to create for that and the foundations we really need to put in place with leadership this fall, I knew that it was off balance. Whenever, COVID started and all these things, I knew that I really needed to figure out a way to free up my time, because there's 24 hours in a day, and what you do with those 24 hours matters. And I knew that if I developed this and stayed on this and worked at this, that it would grow. And so, I'm going to start off by saying, because I think it's important that y'all know the numbers before we go into what we have to say, so you listen to us. But we have over $3,200 in club orders as of now. And like I said, I've been monthly. Yeah. And I've been working at this since March. And so what I started doing, just to walk you through a little bit of that, again, because this will be on YouTube for people, I started focusing on Scentsy Club. I started sharing signage with my customers, meaning I knew what Scentsy Club was. I knew the benefits. I knew the perks. And when I would follow up with customers, that was just in that follow-up. I also started making sure that I was enrolled in club, and not only enrolled in club, but that I was adding items that I wanted to share with my customers that they could not get outside of being in Scentsy Club. So I had the brick, I had the whiff box, I had the always get my bars. Those are things I just started adding so I could literally share when these items came in with my customers. Hey, this is Scentsy Club only. And I think it's really important to understand that nothing worth having is going to happen overnight. Okay. And so if you do not want to take the time to really build this new customer base, which is, it's a different kind of customer base. If you're not willing to take the time to build them, then this probably isn't for you. But I can tell you now, it's so worth it, because now that we have all these club people, we know how to take care of them, and we know how to train you guys on how to take care of them. And that's why it's taken about 6 months for us to do a training for you guys and really share with y'all how we are working with these people. Now, I will say there's no cookie cutter way to share with you guys how to increase club orders. Okay. But what I will say is what you focus on will grow. Okay. So if you focus on it and you're enrolled in Scentsy Club and you're sharing it in your stories, you're sharing it with your customers, you're unboxing it in your stories. I have a highlight for Scentsy Club as well. I also have on Instagram a link in my bio on my link tree where they can enroll in Scentsy Club. So when I'm unboxing an order and I'm showing them the whiff box, I can tell them, hey, the link is in my bio for Scentsy Club. And then again, the signage, guys, in my mail outs, I'm putting Scentsy Club information. Me and Justin have a Scentsy Club folder that our team and directors and above will add stuff to. So we will share that with you guys as well. But I think there's power in understanding that there's no secret to growing anything in your business. Okay. In my opinion, and Justin can talk about this before he goes into the chart. In my opinion, what you work towards will grow. And if you're doing it the right way, which I have figured out how to do this successfully, it'll grow. And that's the same thing with recruiting. A lot of times people will say, well, I can't recruit. Well, how many conversations have you had? You know, I can't get 2,000 PRV. Well, what are you doing to get that? So just know that this is going to take some time, but it is, I mean, it's so worth it.
Yeah, you have to set the foundation and build on it.
You have to set the foundation. And so hopefully by seeing this video, you're going to get a foundation right from the get-go. And so you'll have the chart that Justin will go over. And then I'm obviously going to go over why certain things are in that chart and why I look at those things. But my Scentsy Club people are my VIPs. Okay. They are my VIPs. They are the ones that, are getting the new samples. They are the ones that I am first checking on every Monday. I do my customer follow-ups on Monday, starting with Scentsy Club. I'm going to be using this chart. You guys are going to see this spreadsheet because there's no way to track Scentsy Club unless you keep up with it yourself. And that's important for you guys to know. And again, Justin's going to show you guys some buttons that you can click to look at some things with Scentsy Club, but this is also YouTube, so I don't know what you can't show numbers. So
no, this is all fake. I inputted a
yeah,
fake
but on
customer.
but the workstation's not fake. And
No, I'm not going to go into that on this.
So, but he'll talk about on the order history where you can click to actually see the subscriptions and whatnot with Scentsy Club. But first things first, guys, you need your own Scentsy Club. If you are a Scentsy consultant, obviously you should be if you're going to be watching this. And right now, obviously, those of you on, I want you guys to comment if you're enrolled in Scentsy Club right now. Comment in the chat box and let us know if you're enrolled, because it is so important. The first step to selling something is sharing it. And you cannot share something that you are not using. You cannot share how somebody can enroll in Scentsy Club when you are not enrolled yourself. It really doesn't make much sense. So I think it's important to know that if you're going to go in this direction this fall, right? Good. And a lot of you guys are saying you have monthly and bi-monthly and all of that. But it's so important for you to understand that the consumer is looking at, they don't care what you say. They're looking at what you're using and what you're doing. It's almost as if you're trying to sponsor, but you literally never talk about it. You never share it. Like, they're not going to know because they don't see you doing it. So without further ado, we are going to
So basically what I'm going to do is, first and foremost, if you guys are in our team, we did a training on this on Wednesday night where I pulled up the workstation, which is the Scentsy portal for consultants that they're able to pull up and see the orders. There's a way to filter that on there to where you can actually see by dropping down on the order type and clicking on Scentsy Club orders. It shows everybody who has ordered through Scentsy Club and has a Scentsy Club subscription. There's no way to see the frequency, and there's no way to tell without personally tracking on a monthly basis if the club subscription goes up, goes down, or they leave Scentsy Club. So in order to make sure we are taking care of our customers, a tracker needed to be developed.
Yeah.
That's the purpose of this tracker. This tracker you're going to see is also going to be a recruiting tool, which I honestly believe was Scentsy's vision when they came up with Scentsy Club from the beginning, for it to see how they're going to club and if they could potentially be great consultants.
Yep. And that is my goal, is to take these people, and you'll see when you see our chart, to take these people and show them, look, this is how you can get paid to club. And I know once I start using that verbiage, everybody's going to start saying pay to club, get paid to club, get paid to club. And I told Justin that, and we're actually creating signage for that. It's just not ready yet, but it's intentional. It's almost as if this is a new follow-up system as well.
Yeah.
And it is following the 3 legs of success.
Well, and it's something along the lines of, we always say, if you're not offering something, you're doing a disservice. There are a lot of people that are probably in your customer base that order Scentsy consistently. Why not give them Scentsy Club? Why not, when a Bring Back My Bar comes around LCO and they fall in love with the product? Why don't you say always get my bar?
One thing people don't realize, because you're just not simply focusing on it. Again, what you focus on will grow.
Mm-hmm.
People don't realize you can take a customer's club order if they join, and Scentsy will move that club order. They will move the always get my bar so that person doesn't lose them. They will move it to their workstation, guys. So it's literally developed. I just don't think Scentsy has really gotten to this point yet of training you guys. That's why we're doing it, which is fine, on how to track these people in club the right way and how to work club the right way.
Yeah. And so that's why this is developed. So I'm going to show you guys the system that's going to be in the link in the not in the comments, but in the description of this YouTube channel. So that way you guys can have access to it. And the way you use it, obviously, this is not an editable one. So you're going to have to hit file and make a copy in Google Sheets. That way you can edit it. But I'm going to explain the formulas and the way they work. And then Chloe's going to explain why each column is important. And that way it's in her brain because she's the one that's using this, obviously. She's the one that's following up with the customers. I'm just inputting the data. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. And we'll go through it.
Oh, no.
What does that mean?
I'm not for sure. I would get off, I was about to say get off the share and then you can re-click the document you want and it'll pop up.
Yeah.
So click the red
And
find the document you want.
right here. All right.
Did you click it? You didn't click it.
Yeah, I did.
No. Okay. No, click it. Okay.
Sorry, having technical difficulties.
I literally don't know what's happening with your, okay. Hang on 1 second, you guys. Okay, can we, it's literally
everything.
all your things.
Yeah, let's
that's
exit
why.
all of these.
All right, I wanted you to keep that one to show them that. Okay.
Let's just do this for now and then I'll pull that back up. All right, so let's share. Why does it keep doing that? There's nothing else that's open.
Okay, so.
Let's see if that works.
Ooh, yeah.
So while I'm troubleshooting this real quick, Chloe can go ahead and start actually going through and talking through how she uses this.
Don't quit now. Quit talking, yeah. Justin. Just sorry, y'all. Don't talk because you almost got us out of Zoom.
All right, so let's try it now. So weird because I just shared my screen with this. I don't know why it's doing that. There we go.
All right.
All right, so let's go to it. Share. All right, so now we have it up and we can talk through this. So this is going to be in a shareable link where you guys can do a file, make a copy of it. You can edit it and you can add it, do whatever you want to.
Yeah, but I want to make this clear because this is going to be on YouTube. If you email me and request access, that means you did not download it. And sometimes I'll get people that are requesting access to something. You have to download the file. Hey, quit doing that. You're pausing the screen recording. You have to download the file so you can save it to your computer and open this spreadsheet up. Do you need a Gmail for this? For them to get it?
To be able to edit it, yes. So you can edit it in Google Sheets. You have to have a Gmail.
And that's important to know. So if you don't have a Gmail and you're watching this, either make a Gmail or you can use the content we have and you can kind of create your own thing. But I want to go ahead and nip that in the butt because a lot of people will want copies of things or they want access to things. And guys, we're giving y'all freely what we have, and we always include the links in the description on YouTube. And so if you don't see the link, you need to get on a desktop. And so just know if we ever ignore you or whatever, it's not that we are trying to ignore you. It's that we have a group of 10,000 people and we literally are giving you guys what we have.
Yeah.
So I just want to make that really clear.
So basically the way this is working right here is it's a tracker. So basically I created a fake customer name, Sally Scentsy. Hope you guys like that name. And basically, it's just running through some numbers. Now, I'm going to go through all the headers, and then Chloe is actually going to come back and talk why she feels like these are important. But I just want to explain the logistics and the formula, and you may be able to catch on to why we're doing this, but it's important. So you're going to see customer name. Obviously, that's very important. Club total. This is the actual total amount of the club. Club PRV. This is what the consultant gets credit for from a point system on the PRV. And then you're going to see club potential commission. And I'm going to let Chloe talk about that. But this is something last night she told me she wanted me to include in here. And I'll have her explain why. The frequency. This is a drop down. So this is formula based so you can see it. And so is this. So don't go in and delete formulas because then it's going to mess it up. So for instance, I'll just show you right here. So you have a club PRV total of 120. It'll show you the potential commission. I've already got that built in there on the 20% because that's what you get when you first sign up is 20%. So you get certified. So that's already built in there for that. Okay. Frequency, let's just say Sally is on a monthly, I got that in there. She's monthly, bi-monthly, or quarterly are the selection in this formula, but we'll just say she's on monthly. Now, always get my bar. Does she have a bar that if she canceled it and did not know or was not aware of always get my bar, will she get frustrated that she won't be able to get it again? That's important for you to know. That way you can have conversations with them, especially at catalog term seasons. If all these people have false scents, right now. And then at catalog turnaround, all these scents are getting discontinued. You want to go ahead and know that you have somebody will always get my bar, review what their bar is. That way you can have that conversation with them. Don't take that bar out if you really like it. With box, they're able to get the with box. Now they can get it on your workstation, but the with box, you want to know that because that's, you know, something that there's a benefit that they can get for a discount through Scentsy Club.
And that's a yes or no drop down too.
The brick, that's something that's only you can get through Scentsy Club. There's exclusive bricks that you can get, and that's yes or no. Back ordered items and anticipated ship date. Now I'll let Chloe talk through that, but that's an obvious explanation of why we need to know that for our club people, because they are in the club, so they need to know that their club order may be back ordered or missing a couple things. And then the VIP mail that was sent out for that month. There are tabs at the bottom for the, I'm going to keep this up for the year. That way we can compare each month on how our club total looks. And there's a total at the bottom right here. There's a total row you can see that I put in here for you guys. But that way you can compare how every month looks. And then that way you can look at the, you know, the customers and see what their orders are doing month over month, whether they're increasing or decreasing. So now I'm going to let Chloe kind of walk through and explain her vision on why she wanted these columns.
Yeah. So, obviously customer name, that's a given. I need to know who is enrolled in Scentsy Club. And before I go over the columns, Justin, will you go over why it's important to look at this tracker if they're going to do it weekly and edit it monthly?
Yes. So
because I don't think they understand that we literally can't see, guys, we can't see if they cancel club for the next month.
Exactly.
We can't see if they change their shipping frequency. We can't see anything on their end.
So that the importance, and I think that's why you see me down there where there's different months. It's important to check weekly because a customer is allowed to choose their own subscription date. You need to know the subscription date also, but like I said, it changes. They can change that. So you need to be able to know that. That way, if they want to edit it, which you need to have that communication with the customer when they enroll, that they have to edit it 10 days before their subscription date, or it's already going to process.
Yeah.
So that's a conversation you need to have with your customer. That's great customer service. But the reason why all this information is important and for you to track monthly is so you can have that level of customer service to let them know certain items, like with the always get my bar, with the whip box, with the break, just so you can have that on there, with the back order items, just so you can keep track of it. So that's why it's important just to know. You need to know they're your customers.
So obviously club total is very important to me.
Because of their
why? I like to see how much they're spending. Okay. So if you're enrolled in Scentsy Club, which if you're not, listen to Chloe, as a consultant, this is a business and you need to be enrolled in Scentsy Club if you expect to sell Scentsy Club. So in saying that, the total is important because once you get to $60 in club totals before tax, you have access to a half off item. When they get to $30 before tax, their entire order is 10% off. So it's important for me to see their club total, so I can see, all right, now when I look at if they have the with box, great. If they don't have it, I need to tell them if they spent over $60, they can use the with box as a half off item. So, and also for club total, again, like Justin was saying with the, in the beginning when we were talking about how you can use club to start having conversations about getting paid to club, which you're going to hear a lot from me and Justin, get paid to club, get paid to club. It's literally going to be a thing. And that's really why I want to see the club total first. So it's the first thing in my face, and the higher it is, obviously that's going to push me to have that conversation sooner with that customer. Club PRV, obviously, so we can see how much PRV we're getting from it. And I think you have a total at the bottom, a formula for the total.
Yep, it's all.
So at the very bottom, it will total these things for you. Isn't that crazy? It'll total it with Justin's formula. So go back to the top.
That way you can obviously see the commission you're getting off of it too.
And so club potential commission, that is very obvious when you look at, so again, we are superstar directors, and I'm saying that because this is going to be on YouTube, and I know our team on here is probably like, we know that, but it's important to understand that superstar directors should be recruiting consistently still and having high sales. superstar directors and directors and above, in my opinion, should not be coasting. And if you're coasting, you know, you're not really going to grow. But my point in Scentsy Club is not just to send them fancy mail. It's to be intentional about this and run it like a business. And that is why the way that this system is developed is to run it like a business. Let me tell them their club potential commission. Justin has this formula in here. So you literally don't even have to think about the 20%. It does it for you. So you can text that to your customer when you're following up with them. And you can also send them through a text message signage. I have a Scentsy Club folder in my iPhone and an album saved. And so I literally will send them, when I'm talking with them, if they're a new club person, I'm going to send them the Scentsy Club, you know, what you need to know little picture. I'm also putting it in the mail, but something new I'm going to be developing is the pay to club stuff, is some new content we're creating,
which I'm excited to see,
which we're excited to see and use ourselves. So club potential commission, that's the whole point, guys. Really, you're taking care of these customers. They're my VIPs. This does need to be something that is checked weekly. I'm going to be doing this every Monday, starting this Monday coming up. That way, like Justin said, the frequency. All right. So you have no way to know the frequency right now unless you ask the customer. Hello, you should be following up with them anyways.
They're
because
VIPs.
When you ask them what the frequency is, then at that point you can bring in, okay, great. So here's what you need to know. If you ever want to change the frequency or edit your order, you have 10 days before your club order pulls out for whatever date you chose, because they choose like this, the first Tuesday or the second Thursday, like we have no idea. So asking them is going to be what I'm doing in follow-up. It's a part of that clear communication, and it allows you to educate them. And these customers want to be educated. They want to know how to edit this. They want to know how to manage it. I mean, we have QR codes with, when we drop the Scentsy Club folder in the description on YouTube here, we have, like, when they order from me, they get signage that says, like, edit your club order 10 days before by scanning this QR code. It takes them right to the URL for managing their club. I have club information. I'm going to be having get paid to club with their commission on there that they would get. So it's all a part of that clear communication, building trust with the customer, getting them loving the products. And now you're getting them loving a product that it's easily transferable to them as a consultant that they'll be getting paid off of. Something else I want to start doing with these customers too is, and I haven't told Justin this yet, but I want to do like a 3 and 6 month commission for them. So after 3 months, I'm going to tell them the commission they would make. After 6 months, I'm going to tell them the commission they would make. So it's kind of a no-brainer for them. And
that's easy to do because the formulas are there, and you just, what we do at the end of the month. So the system is, at the end of the month, this is going to get printed out and put into our yearly binder, and then we can just go in and actually see who has stayed consistent with Scentsy Club, and we can total up how much commission they were able to get.
Yep. And that way too, every month you're following up. Sally may have changed from monthly to bi-monthly.
Or may have canceled.
Or canceled. And guess what? That's okay. Guys, people are going to fall off and, you know, come back on, and that's fine. I think it's really important too that you understand that whether the customer cancels, or whether we had a customer cancel her entire order yesterday. It wasn't Scentsy Club, it was just an order. And it was a big order, but you know, I could have sat there and been in my feelings about it, but no, we made it right for the customer. She wanted to cancel it at that time because of finances, and I made the customer comfortable. It's all about making the customer feel comfortable, whether they say no or whether they say yes. Always get my bar. This is really important to me because if it's a no, we're going to talk about that. It gives me a direction on what am I going to talk about with them when I follow up with them today. Do they have a whiff box? Okay. This is important to me because obviously you guys know for quite some time the whiff box wasn't even on the website. I'm still acting like it's a club exclusive simply because I am telling my customers if they're spending $60 before tax, that whiff box needs to be their half off item. I'm encouraging them like, hey, that's what I do because that's what I have is the whiff box half off. Brick, obviously self-explanatory too. Do they know what a brick is? Probably not. So explaining to them, look, this is exclusive to you. Snapping a picture of a brick in your hand with a bar, comparing it and sending it to that customer. Guys, customers love images like that. And I know that may sound weird, but they want to see attach you with the product with the business. Does that make sense? And so a lot of times Justin doesn't realize this, but if he ever does a mail out for me, I'll say, hey, send a picture of what you're sending to that customer, like send them a picture of it. Cause I like that visual excitement. So they're seeing, okay, yes, she is sending me something. She's showing it to me. Yes, she is showing me that she isn't trying to sell me a brick. She is sharing it cause she uses it and it's freaking huge. And it comes in Luna and A, B, C, and D. And that could also be something you include in your signage. Okay. And we should be doing that in ours. So do they have a brick? If the answer is no, I want to share that with them. Back ordered items. Now, this is where it can get really tricky. So right now, as you guys know, a lot of stuff is back ordered. But on Mondays, that is when Justin checks the back order list. If we can update it, if it gives us an ETA for an estimated ship date, anticipated ship date, we're going to put that here. So back ordered items is just going to be yes or no. And then here's going to be if we have a ship date. So if we don't, it's going to be TBD and you're updating the customer. All right. And then VIP mail. So this is very important for me. So my Scentsy Club people are my VIPs, period. Like they're my first priority because they are committing to ordering every month, 2 months, 3 months, etc. And so it's really important for me to make sure they're taken care of. So I send VIP mail once a month. I send it the middle of the month, so it'll go out next week to everybody that is currently enrolled, everybody that had a club order pull out that month. Okay. This is important to know because if they didn't have a club order pull out this month, they're not going to get any kind of mail for that month. They get mail as a Scentsy Club enroller, as a perk from me, and it is special mail. It's going to be bigger samples, it's bigger counter clean sizes, things like that. So it's very, very exclusive just to them. And no, I'm not spending $1 zillion, but they're my priority. And honestly, like I want to give them not just an okay experience, but the best experience. And you should want to also. And just think they're the ones that are going to rep your brand, meaning if you take great care of them, this also gives you an opportunity when you send that VIP mail to send signage about how they could get paid to club. And if you know they don't have a brick, you could put brick signage in there. If they don't have the with box, you can put with box signage in
Always
there.
Get my bar.
You get what I'm saying? Like that is how I'm using this chart. And it was kind of confusing for Justin. He was like, why do you need this? And now I think you guys can probably see why, because there's literally no way for me to serve these people well when there's absolutely no system that Scentsy's created yet for us tracking these people. There's nothing for us to track them with. And so,
well, and especially when you start growing that base,
and
that's the important thing.
And if you start this now, you're not going to have to play catch up like me and Justin did, but we're happy to share with you guys what we're doing now and what is going to be you want to do when you think about systems. By the way, we're going to be sharing a lot of systems with you guys this fall. That's why we haven't been sharing a lot on YouTube, because we had to take a step back and be like, okay, what foundations do we need in place for our personal business? So just know that we created this for us. So you can take this and use pieces of it, parts of it that work for you, but understand that—
add to it if you want more information.
But understand that everything that we do, and this is what makes it very difficult for me when I hear people struggle in not knowing what to do, we share things that are bulletproof, that work, that have seen success, that we have spent 6 months mastering clubs. So I know what to ask. I know the focus of these people. I know the direction that you guys need to go. So understand that what we're doing works, and we want you guys to trust us. Obviously you need to do it in your own way, right? But
for you.
I think sometimes people complicate what works for me, and then they're like, oh, I'll take 3 pieces of this and not use all of it. Well, everything that you guys see on here for me is like non-deletable. I cannot take these things out because you want to think, how can I give the customer the best experience with club, right? This is how. Yep. This is how. So we're going to stop the share.
Yep.
And is there anything else that you want to say before we ask if anybody has questions?
No. So I'll say this document, like I said, is something that we have worked on for a long time, and we feel like those are the bullet points you need to know. Now, like there's things like phone number, address, you can get that from the orders tab on the workstation from them. So what I didn't want to do was, I'm big on efficiencies and not creating duplicate steps. So what you can get off the orders tab is not going to be on here, except for like I said, I use the club total and the PRV so I can calculate the commission so we can see that. And everything else that's in there is useful for us to talk to the customer, but their number, address, all that stuff.
And let me just stop right here, because I see we're on Anchored Scents, because we're on a Zoom. Guys, if you have signage for Scentsy Club, that is what the group Scentsy Club folder is for.
Yep.
So we are going to upload this again on all of our platforms. And if you have Scentsy Club signage and you are in Anchored Scents group, it is your duty to contribute. So Casey, I'm calling you out. I want those labels put in there. Me and Justin also have labels that we sample with. So we're going to be putting those labels in that folder because when I sample Scentsy Club, what do y'all think they get? They get LTO scents.
Yep.
Any LTO scents that come out, we actually have labels that say this
can be added to your club by this day.
This scent can be added to your Always Get My Bar till this date. So we will upload those. I love the fact that Casey makes labels that say this is available in a brick, scan with the QR code, and it probably takes them to enroll in Scentsy Club.
Yep.
And so I am absolutely so here for all the examples you guys in Anchored Scents want to throw into this Google Drive, and we will repost it in Anchored Scents, Anchored In, and on the director page. And we expect you guys to contribute and to share what you're doing, because the only way that we're going to be able to grow as a community in Scentsy Club is by sharing with the people that don't understand what's important in Scentsy Club and what to sample and what to focus on, right? Cotton cleanups. That's also something that my Scentsy Club people get in their mailouts, because I want them to add that to Scentsy Club. Duh, it's $6. So everything is directed at getting them to learn more about Scentsy Club, hooked on more products, all of those things. And I'm so excited to really see how this works for you guys this fall. So yeah, do y'all have any questions for us? Those of y'all in the chat. I know that we did this kind of on the fly, so there may not be a lot of questions. But yeah, we will upload
this will be uploaded to YouTube and posted on our pages. And we hope this helps you guys. We hope that this system is useful. Like I said, we believe in sharing everything. That way you guys don't have the burnout, because this has been a hyper growth season through Scentsy. And so I just feel like the more things that can help you make and manage this as a business is just going to make you more successful, more efficient, and give you more time to focus on what really matters.
Yes. And, you know, as leaders in this company, you know, it's a lot whenever you are, you know, me and Justin have always had high sales. I've always been over 2,000 PRV. I've always recruited every month, and I'm always training. And when all three of those legs in the stool, which if you guys know what the three legs of success are, it's very hard whenever you are starting. I start from scratch every month, just like y'all, by the way. 0 PRV, 0 active frontline, 0 recruits. And so
knowing that we have that club orders coming in,
it gives me like a breath of fresh air,
yeah.
Because, and also it's not like, oh, all these club orders buy. No, it's, I need to steward and serve them well.
So they stay in the club.
Or if they need to come out of the club, like they trust me, they know if they ever want to get back in, like, you know what I mean? It's all about giving them the best experience. And in doing this 8 years and I have thousands of customers in my workstation, I need to know who to focus on. And so we do have more trainings coming up this fall with new systems we have for VIP customers, how we're keeping up with them, how we're sampling things to them, how we have all of their addresses in a system so we don't have to enter them when we send them stuff. It's amazing. But yeah, we are really excited about this system. So anything else you want to say?
Just thank you guys. And we will be sharing as much as we can whenever we're finished up with everything. But we also are big believers in not sharing something until we know it works.
Yes.
So that's why there hasn't been a lot of what we've been doing behind the scenes. But I promise you, we are working to help everybody make their businesses more efficient. That way you can focus on things that really matter.
Yes.
All right.
All right, guys, we're going to stop the recording.